Hey guys, it's Jim here, and today's episode of Would I Rebuy This Guitar is going to be about an acoustic guitar, not an electric for once. And that's going to be the Taylor 214 CE. So I bought this guitar in 2015 at the very same Sam Ash where I bought my double-bound Fender Custom Shop Telecaster. I needed an acoustic guitar that I can go out and gig with, and when I went into the store, if I'm being totally transparent here, I was looking for a Martin. I had a little Martin for a while that I was using as my kind of beach guitar and jamming and throw around guitar, and I really liked it. But when I went into the store, they had more Taylors than Martins. I tried a few of the more expensive Martins, but I kept coming back to this 214 CE Taylor. I felt like it was every bit as good as the Martins that were in the $2,000 kind of price range, and it was $800 less, so I went home with it. Now, I got to know this guitar really well, really quick. At the time, I was starting to play more acoustic gigs than at any other point in my life. I was primarily playing electric guitar, and before that I was playing drums for, I would say, probably 95% of the gigs that I had done up to that point. But the Taylor, it felt so good and it sounded so good, and the style of music that I was playing at the time with the act I was playing with was majorly acoustic, and I loved it. I had so much fun playing this guitar. It became very reliable to me. I ended up liking it so much that where I lived in San Diego was more towards the city area, towards the coastline. And I learned that Taylor's factory was about 15 minutes out east in El Cajon, California. So I drove out to the factory itself. I talked to the lovely people there. I went into the store. I got to talk and just learn so much about the guitars. What an amazing facility that place is. I love the people there. Bought myself that big Taylor long sleeve shirt that I sometimes wear on the channel, and I really liked the company. I was very satisfied. And when comparing the Martin to the Taylor, it's kind of hard for me to do that off of straight memory because I never had the more expensive Martin that I did have at the same time as the Taylor. I think that Martin I had was an OM3 or an OM4, one of those, and I liked it. It was a little bit more comfortable to me than the Taylor was, but the Taylor's neck suited me a lot more. I like the fact that it didn't use Richlight, which the Martin that I did have, that's what was on it. And it felt good. It felt more like an electric guitar player's acoustic guitar, if that makes any sense. So what changed then? If I loved this guitar so much and I was going out and playing live with it and having a ball, well, I'll tell you. When I moved back to New York after Penelope, my daughter, was born, we started to not be able to gig so much. I kind of went into that dark place, which is what I kind of talked about in the Dove video, and my father bought me the Dove to try and lift my spirits and get me back into playing music and out of the cold weather blues that I was definitely trapped into at the time. And a product of that was the Taylor just didn't get picked up anymore. I had the Dove. And then eventually when we decided that we were going to move back to San Diego, California from New York, I sacrificed that guitar along with my Jag and a Mustang and my pink paisley Telecaster from Japan. I miss all those guitars very dearly, and at the time, the easiest one to sell was the Taylor because I had the Dove. And obviously this guitar has been on my mind because I lost the Dove, and I've been really considering rebuying this guitar, if I'm totally honest with you guys, because it's more in my price range of what I'm going to have to spend. I didn't get the full amount back or even close to what the Dove was worth, and I've decided not to do that. And I'm not going to say I won't rebuy this guitar because this was a great guitar. I just feel like if I were to rebuy it right now, I'd never appreciate it the same way because it's more of like a rush to replace it. It's kind of like when you break up with a girl and you immediately go hook up with another girl to try and forget her. It doesn't end up well. You end up thinking about the first girl. That's just life, guys. But yeah, I would rebuy this guitar at some point. I really think so. And if not, I will rebuy a Taylor acoustic guitar. It's just not the time at the current moment. But that's going to wrap up this episode. I hope you understood why I went to the Taylor this week and not just my traditional electric guitar video. But yeah, it just made sense and it felt like the timing was right to do it. If you like what I'm doing, please leave me a like. I really do appreciate that. Please subscribe to the channel. I really do, look forward to seeing more people doing that in the future as well. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about Taylor guitars. And other than that, I'll see you tomorrow for a new week of new videos. Take care, you guys.